Interstate 495, DC. Alright, Interstate 495 is the Beltway around DC, so we'll be going both loops today. See, it's just a circle around Washington, DC. See, it barely goes in its southern part of the loop. You're watching Super Reviews. If you guys aren't subbed, please sub, because if not, because we have a Discord server at 1,000 subs, we're at 713, so we need at least like 287 of you. Ooh, last week's video. Just make sure you request your intersection or exit on the comments. It's free. Check the description for future roads. Next week, or next time, is Detroit's 275 and 676. So 2 roads. Alright, let's look at the outer loop on 495 because it's with 95. So we start on the Virginia-Maryland border. Right here we get our nice welcome to Maryland sign. And we meet 295 sign for Washington National Harbor. I think there might be like 2 places, but we can talk about that soon. On 295 we see this 95 495 Baltimore. So it makes sense to sign north. See, we get reassurance here, same. It's just North 95 and 495. I feel like it should just be Inner 495. Here's our only mileage sign in this video, Annapolis 34, Baltimore 44. So it makes sense. And that Ram Entries, and now we're signing for Baltimore and College Park. I think College Park is for 495. And here's Maryland 4, which is multiple routes to get to DC, but this might be the useless route. And here's a list of exits, I believe, to get to the Commanders Stadium, or National Stadium. Here is that main exit to the stadium. I don't know which stadium it is because I'm not a DC sport person. Here's a great US 50 right here going to Annapolis and Washington right here. See, on US 50 we're just signed for Beltway. Just straight up Beltway. It's with a white box. See, another interchange, we're still getting Baltimore College Park. So yeah, College Park's for $49.95. Here's the BW going to Baltimore, Washington. If you're not a truck, then you have to take 95. Here's another look, Baltimore College Park. This is on the BW Parkway right here. And this might be the reason for signing College Park because of this IHOP coming up. That's kind of weird. And we mean US 1, so this might be the reason for signing College Park. It's because of the junction with US 1. But I think this is the real reason why we were signed for it, because of the split with 95 Baltimore. We're now signed for Silver Spring. On 95, we see it is signed for 495 Silver Spring. So that's our next control city. See, getting on from 95 south, it looks like a pretty wide freeway, but not New Jersey Turnpike wide, obviously. See, we're signed for Northern Virginia and Silver Spring. It's kind of weird. See, here is our main exit for Silver Spring right here for Maryland 97. Let's see what we're signed for now. Oh wow, we're just signed for N Virginia. Didn't know that states have cities with just one letter. That's weird. Here's 270 right here going to Frederick. And here's our exit for Bethesda. This is Wisconsin Ave. And here's our main split, 270 Frederick, 485 Norfolk, Virginia. I feel like Dulles or Richmond should be on there. And here's what it's like getting on from 270. Looks like too much traffic here. And here's our last exits in Maryland. I think 190 is a useless route to DC on this side of the Beltway, but we're signed from Maryland and Virginia. We're in Maryland, so you could sign Baltimore and Virginia. Fine. And here's what we started with. I did originally think of like the DC skyline, but we could talk about that later. And here's our welcome to Virginia sign right here. Virginia is for lovers. That's kind of cool. And we're signed for Alexandria and Richmond now. I feel like Tyson should be on there, but it's fine. Here's our Dulles Airport exit as we meet 66 express lanes coming up. So you had that Dulles exit, we're signed for Richmond, which is the correct choice, I'd say, because of 95 right there. And we meet 66 coming up for Front Royal. I would be against it, but it doesn't go anywhere else, so Front Royal is fine. Let's look at these I-66 interchanges. It's pretty complicated because of the express lanes right there. We meet US 50, which is it's really good that US 29's on there for Fairfax and Arlington. See, 495 is now still going toward Richmond, but it won't actually get there. And oh, this is a big interchange: 95 South Richmond, 395 Washington, 95 Baltimore. And if you want to guess, this is the Springfield interchange. It's pretty more complicated than the Southern interchange with 644. So you have that interchanges with 395 Washington, 95 495 Baltimore. So we're going back to Baltimore. So yeah, different exit. It's still 95 495 Baltimore instead of Alexandria, which is the correct choice. So you're getting some through exits, so basically the faster lanes. These will be the exits for that. And here's that split. So here's another New Jersey Turnpike configuration coming up right here. And here's a look at DC's New Jersey Turnpike configuration. But it's a bit less than 401 and New Jersey Turnpike. And here's a look at downtown Alexandria. I think our Arlington is bigger than this. We US 1 coming up for Alexandria and Fort Belvoir. We're getting 295, that's weird. Because there's a 295 in Richmond, so it's strange that they mentioned 295 in Virginia even though it's in Maryland. And we get a nice mileage sign, US 5018, Viaduct Parkway 21, 95 495 26. Here's the Potomac River we cross. It's pretty cool since it's very wide on this side. And we end right here at the Maryland Welcome sign. We're not doing another loop, so we are going to be turning around and we're doing the inner loop now of 495 in DC. So we start right here. You can technically see the DC skyline. This was going to be a thumbnail, but I figured the Maryland going towards Virginia would be better. Here's the Virginia Welcome sign, and we meet US 1 basically right away in Alexandria. Here's a look from US 1. We see we're signed for Richmond. The other way is going to Baltimore, and then local is signed for 241. Let's look at this US 1 interchange. It's kind of complicated, but the Springfield interchange is actually a bit more complicated. See, 95 is signed for Richmond, and 495 is signed for Baltimore. It's a bit weird how they do it on this interchange. Here's that strange interchange again in Springfield, and 495 Tyson's Corner. We're actually going to follow 95 for Richmond for a little bit. So if you were to get onto that, you get 395 and 95 Express, which actually goes to Richmond. 95 is south for Richmond. Here's another look at that Springfield interchange if you're going towards 95 south, right here. And here's like with all 95 and 495 and 395 merging into just 95. We're going to get off here at 286 for Newington and Fort Belvoir, probably to meet US 1. But we get this. This was the hotel that I stayed at when I was in DC. It's a pretty nice hotel. Here's a look from closer. I was probably at the top floor to the right, I think. And then 95 South Richmond, 95 North Washington. So we're going to follow 95 North to get back to 495. See 395 North Washington, and we're signed for Tyson's Corner. I don't know what it would be here. Maybe Frederick, but definitely not Frederick. So we are signed for Tyson's Corner right here, and 495 Express is signed for nothing. We meet the Little River Turnpike. If it's long enough, then we could probably cover that for a different DC road. And then we meet US 29. Oh, we get direct interchange with US 29 on the express lanes. Here's 66 right here. See, on 66, we're signed for Tyson's Corner. Wait, this is on US 50. What am I thinking? Here's that 66 junction, but we're signed for Vienna in Front Royal. Don't know about Vienna. Get rid of that. On 66, we see we're signed for Tyson's Baltimore, which is the right choice now. And this is more complicated on the west side of Virginia with this New Jersey Turnpike configuration. And see, they love to do this with express lanes. They like to have the exits with the express lanes as well with the other road. And here's the end of that express lane, but it's not a New Jersey Turnpike configuration because it's an express lane. And we get a nice mileage sign, River Road 2, 274, 187 for 5. And this is the last exit in Virginia because we crossed the Potomac River a bit less than the other side. We go into Maryland. But first we get 274, 95, 15. Nice not to mention the interstates that we'll be meeting. And now, welcome to Maryland. First time in Maryland and Virginia too, so nice to be down here. See, 270 for Rockville and Frederick. I feel like if we replace Rockville and go Pittsburgh, and then 495 Bethesda, Baltimore. See, we're signed for Baltimore and Silver Springs, so Silver Springs is back here. And then this is the other 270. 270 is split into two carriageways for their last mile. See, here's our exit for Connecticut Avenue, which will take you down to the Smithsonian Zoo. I feel like I should mention that on there. See, 495 is now signed for just Baltimore, so it doesn't look like we're getting College Park on here going this way. See, remaining US 29 on the other side, North Columbia, South Silver Spring. South should definitely be DC all the way. And we 95 North Baltimore, and we're signed for Richmond now. So it makes sense to sign Richmond. See, there's 95 North Baltimore, New York. If you're going to sign New York, get rid of it. Definitely do so. But here's this parking ride that we talked about in the last slide. See, Maryland's really obsessed with parking rides inside Beltways. Let's take a look at that. It's pretty weird. It's probably way more complicated than the other one on I-70. Here it is, 95 North Baltimore, 495 Washington, Richmond, 495 Silver Spring. And random changes were signed for Richmond, VA. When did Maryland put state abbreviations on their signs? They never do that. And here's our exit for Greenbelt Station. So if you don't want to drive a car to DC, you can get off here and take the train. Here's a look at that. You could have also took a parking ride, but this exit would be better. See, 95 is now signed south for Andrews Air Force Base in Richmond. They really love the Andrews there. Meaning the BW, Washington and Baltimore, still correct right there. And here's US 50, East Baltimore, West Washington, East Annapolis. They should have Bay Bridge on there. See, let's look at US 50. See, the Annapolis exit is first for some reason as we're angling to the south. On US 50, we're signed south for Richmond, North Baltimore, 50 East Annapolis, all right here. See, 95 is signed south for J.B. Andrews in Richmond, which is still right, North College Park, Baltimore. See, here's that 295 exit. I decided to jump, so Washington and National Harbor are two separate places. Good. See, on 295, we're signed for Richmond, 95 North Baltimore, and National Harbor, and 210 right here. And we cross the Potomac River right here, leaving Maryland and going to DC for a really short bit right here. I didn't know this was a drawbridge, so we have to stop at a red light or something. Here's that light right here, so we see it's green, so we know we can still keep going and then toward Virginia. See, 95, 395, 495, 8, 66, 16, and 287, and Dulles 20. And we will end right here at the Virginia border, where we did start. Alright, the way it should be for 495. I'd say outer loop, I'd start with Baltimore till 95. I'd actually sign Dulles Airport because it's the most famous airport in DC, then Richmond till 95, and Baltimore again. In the inner loop, I would sign Richmond and Dulles Airport again until 66, Baltimore till 95, and Richmond back again. Alright, we have our new segment again, Dreamwise Control Cities. So starting again, Philadelphia, New York City till 95, Pittsburgh, Cleveland till 270, Charlotte and Atlanta till the second 95, and then Philly and New York again. And then Atlanta, Jacksonville, you could sign Charlotte, but then Columbus, Detroit till 270, Philadelphia, New York till 95, and then Atlanta, Jacksonville, or Charlotte. Alright, we got Detroit 275 and 696 coming to you on Monday.